latest in the Orlando nightclub massacre and the 49 people shot and killed early Sunday at a gay nightclub in Florida by a single gunman. We're awaiting memorial arrangements now for two people killed in that shooting attack with ties to southern New England. 37-year-old Kimberly Morris was from Torrington, Connecticut, but moved to Orlando just a few months ago. In fact, had just taken a job as a bouncer at that club, Pulse. 23-year-old Stanley Almodovar III had been working as a pharmacy technician and had moved to Florida from Springfield, Massachusetts. Now tonight, vigils continue in our area, paying tribute to those victims and hoping to curb hatred. In Providence, a vigil is set for 6 o'clock tonight at the Roger Williams National Memorial. It's right on North Main Street. And a vigil also set in New Bedford at the parking garage on Elm Street. That's at 6 p.m. Investigators, meanwhile, are now looking into reports from other patrons of the club that the shooter regularly visited the gay nightclub before the shooting. We're also hearing from survivors recovering in the hospital right now, including a man who is a native of Framingham, Massachusetts. Eyewitness News reporter Kenneth Craig has those details.
Investigators were still on the scene of Sunday's shooting massacre this morning. Behind the scenes, they're also looking into unconfirmed reports from clubgoers that Orlando shooter Omar Mateem visited the gay nightclub before he decided to open fire there. A law enforcement official tells CBS News that investigators have confiscated tapes from surveillance cameras located around the club. Law enforcement sources also say there is evidence he may have also researched Walt Disney World as a target before ultimately choosing the Pulse nightclub. Mateem's estranged wife returned to their home in Fort Pierce late last night to pick up some belongings. She needed a locksmith to help her get inside. There are also questions about the FBI's two prior investigations into the 29-year-old shooter. He was cleared in both cases. FBI Director James Comey says they interviewed him twice during the first investigation.
He said he hoped that law enforcement would raid his apartment and assault his wife and child so that he could martyr himself.
While the investigation continues, dozens of victims are on their long roads to recovery. Many of them were taken to the medical center just blocks away.
I was shot about 3 times in my leg.
Survivor Angel Colon recounted his harrowing experience while thanking hospital staff at a Tuesday news conference.
I couldn't walk at all. All I could do was just lay down there while everyone was just running on top of me.
A sea of thousands gathered at a massive candlelight vigil in Orlando last night, where a church bell rang 49 times, one for each victim.
That was Kenneth Craig reporting. President Obama, by the way, does plan to travel to Orlando on Thursday, paying respects to those victims.